So you've probably clicked this video to find out the best ways to stand out in your dental school applications. Well, you're in luck because I'll be giving you the exact framework I use to get all my offers for dental school. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Faris, I'm a 4th year dental student currently studying in London, and I make videos to help dental students reach their maximum potential and give dental applicants a little insight into the crazy world of dentistry. Today I'll be breaking down exactly how to sculpt yourself into the perfect candidate and ensure that you get your offers for dental school. So if that sounds good to you, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe to show your support for the channel. Now let's drill right into it. So back when I was applying for dental school, I thought the best way to get in was obviously by achieving those top grades and ensuring I met every single criteria that the universities threw at me. So as a result of that, I became obsessed with optimizing every single inch of my application to ensure that I stand out from the crowd. And the first step of how I did this was simply by reading and reflecting on the university admission pages. On there, everyone always seems to gravitate to the top of the page to see what grades and what work experience they need, but I was way more interested in the qualities that the universities were looking for. That is because you have to remember that everyone that actually has a chance of getting an offer is going to meet those minimum grade requirements. So you're going to have to assume that you're going to get those grades if you actually want to get in. This means that the real thing you should be focusing on isn't just getting those grades, but rather what things you can do to actually stand out from your real competition. If everyone that actually has a chance is going to get those A's and A stars, what really makes you stand out? Because it's not just going to be your grades. For me to stand out, I thought it made sense to understand the qualities and traits that these universities wanted, so I could identify the weaknesses in my application and try to patch them up. Typically, you can find these qualities and traits that the universities are looking for on the admissions pages. Sometimes they're not super duper clear, you've got to look near the bottom, but once you do find them, you find common skills such as communication, manual dexterity, critical thinking, and teamwork mentioned. So what I did was I looked at all the universities that I wanted to apply for, I compiled a list of all the traits and attributes they wanted and made a physical list of them. This then allowed me to look at this list and self-assess my suitability for each university. Now I know you must be thinking right now, this just sounds so extra, but trust me, it really does work. A lot of people try to find one big thing that they can put on their application to wow the admission staff, because they think it'll make them quote unquote stand out. But honestly, you don't need this one big thing. You can do just as well with an aggregation of marginal gains and traits that put you a cut above the rest of your competition. So once I made this list of traits, I moved on to step 2 of optimizing my application, which was self-assessing myself and identifying examples where I'd shown these traits. I wrote down multiple examples where I'd shown leadership, communication, teamwork, and more. But I very quickly realized that there were so many gaps in my application and there were so many things I hadn't had examples for. This meant that I didn't represent the qualities that these universities were looking for. Self-assessing yourself like this really allows you to identify your weaknesses and plug them from early on before you start submitting your personal statements and getting caught up in your interviews. Once you identify your weaknesses, you can start dedicating time to the qualities that are underdeveloped in your application. This can be really challenging because you need to find the optimal opportunities to fill in your gaps in the limited time that you have. But don't worry, the final step of this guide will give you the tools required to make yourself into that perfect candidate. So the last step of this guide is simply to fill in the gaps. You can do this by getting involved with different societies and roles at school, volunteering and doing extracurricular activities, and generally just doing a load of enriching activities that can help fill up your personal statement and fuel your interviews in the future. The way I personally did this was by taking up as many roles and opportunities as possible at my high school sixth form. I went for school council roles, prefect roles, house captain roles, and more. By doing this, it exposed me to a load of different scenarios that allowed me to learn a load of different skills, reflect upon these, and give me an insight into what the dental schools actually wanted. But I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, what if I can't apply for these roles at my school, or it's a bit too late for that? Don't worry, I'll be going through how you can actually do this yourself. You can do this by joining different sports teams, music clubs, chess clubs if you want, go and volunteer at a care home, start a Reddit thread where you can help different dental applicants applying just like you, organise Zoom calls with a dentist so that you can learn a bit more about the profession, and maybe even set up your own society at your sixth form or your college. Honestly, there are so many opportunities that you can take to gain these skills and reflect on them for your university applications. You just need to either take the opportunities at school or outside of school, or you just need to create your own. Honestly, the internet is such an amazing resource, and I've already given you some ideas with 2 free platforms, by the way, Reddit and Zoom, so I'm sure you guys can think of some more creative things as well. You do have to put the work in, and you do need to try and find things that help you boost your application, because that's what's going to make you stand out. Eventually, by doing this for different traits and qualities, you're going to be able to gain a load of different experiences, and you're going to write a personal statement that makes you stand out from any other dental applicant. Well, unless they're all watching this video. It's truly a brilliant way to sculpt yourself into the best candidate for the universities you apply to. It's foolproof because you're using the actual university's words as your framework, rather than building upon the beliefs of different teachers or people that are applying to the same course as you. It can be really hard to stand out nowadays, but by following this framework, it'll put you one step closer to being a little bit more unique in your applications. I hope you found this video useful. I'll link a video over here where I go over some more tips that can help you stand out in your applications. And please do comment or DM me on Instagram, link down below, if you have any questions or need some clarity about your applications. And subscribe if you found this video helpful at all. Thanks for watching.